Yesterday I read something Osho had said to Maneesha about him being the invitation. And to understand it, you got to understand that certain people have a longing to know what is true, and at some point they become suspicious about themselves. They have a longing to come to home, peace. And Osho is talking about him being the invitation to something that can't be described. And the reason he was the invitation, and he didn't say this, but he was living as it. He's living as home. He's living as beingness. And the body and the mind are just a vehicle. And something inside of me recognized that 30 odd years ago, that if you tune in to the presence of the awakened one, you can find home. Because the thing that thinks that it's not at home starts to disappear. The dream starts to dissolve. It's not like you're not at home because you are already beingness, but the thing that longs for it seems to think it's real. When you tune into the awakened one, you start to disappear as the one that longs for it. You start to find nothingness. So Osho was saying that he was the invitation. I see that to be true, but I also see that the awakened one is the doorway that you can dissolve in as an I and find yourself as reality, as truth, as home. But it's a funny invitation in a way, because you can't have any conditions on coming home. You can't say, I want to do it my way, because you don't exist in the first place. You take away your imagination and you're not real. But that's hard to say to people because they think they're real. They think because they can remember a past and project to a future and do some analysing and have some belief systems that they're real. But all of that is mind, and mind is all dream. What's aware of it's real. And when what's aware of your mind and its dream becomes aware of itself, you know yourself as truth. The longing for home is unquenchable. It is only quenchable by knowing self as truth. You think what you think is so important, yet it's not. It's irrelevant because it has nothing to do with you, who you really are. Home is freedom from that. People think, oh, I want to get free. Well, you can't. The I doesn't get free, it dissolves. It disappears. It doesn't get free. It was never imprisoned in the first place because it was never real in the first place. But it seems real to you. If you were awake, it would be obvious it's not real. And nobody is going anywhere. You're already at your final destination, just unaware of it. And you think your thoughts are so important. Your struggle is so important. Think back on your struggle 10 years ago. How important is that today? Of course it's not. The same as whatever struggle you're imagining you're having right now is not going to be important in 10 years' time either. Take away the dream and you're free. Take away the dream and awareness can find itself and you're home. So someone who's living as beingness is an invitation. People make the huge mistake of thinking that someone who's awake is like them. Truth, there's nothing in common. You live as a dream. Someone who's awake is living as reality. There's just nothing in common. It's a quantum difference. Reality doesn't suffer. It doesn't have fear. It doesn't have a future. It doesn't have a past. It doesn't have reference points. It doesn't have belief systems. But it's real. And it's here. It has nothing in common at all with the ego. People keep projecting that I'm doing something. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just running true to default patterns that involve trying to help people get free. If you tune in, you can disappear. But you have to tune in without conditions. It has to be a yes. You can't have 1 millimeter holding back. You can't have anything holding back. It has to be a total yes. And in that totality, you as an I disappear. Any partial resistance is where the I will be hanging out, where it will be surviving, where it wants it to be its way. Oh, that keeps you stuck. You can't make a deal with reality. False doesn't do deals. From the mind's perspective, there is only one deal, everything for truth and nothing for you. And this is how it will always be. Any questions? Any statements? Any challenges to this teaching this evening?